Were we live? Did I say that on live?
I think we missed that on the stream.
I hope not.
No.
That wouldn't be a good way to start.
We'll start with
PG-13. So.
okay. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is VKDante here. We're back again with another live stream, and yeah, if you read the title, we are going to review and discuss Resident Evil Village. And who better to discuss the game with than Naky, because he was with me throughout the game. So hey Naky, what's up, dude? How are you?
Yo, dude, what's up?
So for once, you will not have to worry about the 5-second delay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mostly because we'll be just showing artwork, bonus, and all. I'm excited to try out Mercenaries, but yeah, maybe we'll do it later. But mostly,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it will be fun to review this game, discuss, put out our thoughts, what we think about the game. So what we have done is we have split the review into few sections, and we're gonna do 4 sections most predominantly, and I'm following the game trailers review pattern. If you guys remember game trailers, they are now easy allies on YouTube, one of the best review sites out there. Just FYI. But yeah, so we're gonna give our first thoughts, what the game felt like, not the overall review or score, and just what we think right off the bat. If you ask Resident Evil Village, if you asked us to recommend, what we would say that. Then we'll talk about the story, then the game design, then the gameplay, and the presentation, then our overall conclusion and scores. So we have not told each other what our scores are. Like Naky doesn't know my score, I hope, and I don't know what Naky would score this game out of 10.
What do you mean? What I hope? I don't know.
You don't know, okay?
I'm not a psychic.
Yeah, because I've been talking about the game for a while now, so you might know, but yeah.
It's okay. Like how period sync, we are mindset synced on giving.
What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? No, guys, ignore that. But yeah, I think we should start. So, would you recommend people to play this game or not, Naky? Let's start with that.
Hell yeah, definitely. Even the people who are not into the horror genre, I can definitely say like this is something that you need to experience. That your eyes and your brain need to understand. Okay, this is what humans did create, and this is a masterpiece.
Oh yeah. When it is said that way, definitely good.
Yeah,
pretty good. So
I mean, starting from the Resident Evil series, I look at this game in 2 different ways. To be honest with you, I look at it how it follows through the franchise of Resident Evil, the ever so right from 1990s or whenever this first game came out.
95,
how it carefully portrays that, or carries on that that weightage of that name, the franchise.
Yeah.
And the other way of looking at it is like let's say someone who has never played any Resident Evil, haven't heard of that name, what a Resident Evil means.
Oh yeah. Good point.
How would that fit into his perspective? What would he feel?
Right up. Hey Manchu, yeah, I forgot to post it on Discord. I was going to post it now because I get the link after the stream starts, like 2 minutes later. So I was going to post it now, but yeah, thanks for reminding me, dude. I will do that right away. But yeah. So I completely agree with you, Naky. On the most part, we are on the same page when it comes to liking or disliking a game. For the most part, I don't think we ever disagreed on a particular game. Have we? Have we before?
I don't think so. I think the way it worked was basically you brought me in on some pretty awesome games from my childhood. I was a kid, so you led on to me. So I'm pretty sure that whatever you liked is what I started to like as well. That influence stays with me. So that way we are biased in some sense, I guess.
Yeah. So in case people are joining in now, Naky, aka Nakshatra Solanki, is someone who works in the industry. He is the lead character artist and has worked on many number of games. Most notably the Ghost of Tsushima, Control. Like these are the games you might remember right off the bat. So he's had like plenty of experience within the industry, so any input he gives is coming directly from within the industry, sort of. So yeah, I would pay attention. Is what I want to say.
Gee, thanks, man. That's really nice way to put
it. Yeah, dude. Of course, because it's a dream. Anyways, so yeah, so if you ask me, yes, I would definitely recommend anybody playing this. I am not into horror genres. Let's get that straight. People watching my stream would know definitely that I'm not into horror games. Mostly because it was our like we were blessed to have amazing elder brothers who used to bring us video games, who was to let us play those games, and for the most part, we used to be the ones who play these kind of games, horror games, and we used to be the navigators, just watching, asking him to reload, go here, go there.
That's really how it happened even for me as well. Like
I know.
My elder brother played Resident Evil 3, the first one that it came out back in whenever 2000.
The OG 3,
I couldn't, for a fact, see the screen for shit. Like he was into that puzzle. He's not into horror, to be honest. He's also not into horror, but he wanted to play that and play it because I was next to him, and we used to enjoy that together. I think same thing happened with Silent Hill with you and Doom
fuck,
and all.
Don't even get me started on Silent Hill. That'll be a different tangent altogether.
Coming back to the Resident Evil, I guess then.
Yeah, definitely. I would 100% recommend this game. Go out, play it. There are some horror bits that will fuck you up, but still there are bits. There is a lot of fun to be had in the game. The exploration is good, the weapons are good, the fighting is good, the story beats are nice. Even if you're not into Resident Evil franchise, this will just get you into it. So yeah, I think it is a solid recommendation from me. So let's
we can get started with the
first
the story
section,
aspects, I guess, right?
Yeah. So story.
So
you have anything to go on this? An input?
So the way we started out, like the general story, and guys, by the way, if you can put this VK, you can put a spoiler alert big banner in front of you.
Oh yeah. This is 100% spoiler. We're gonna discuss the crap out of this game. This is a live stream discussion.
You can also put this as a spoiler alert literally in your title, just so that people are not.
I will definitely update
accidentally.
That. So this will be spoiler for the entire series for the most part. So giant spoiler alert for everybody.
We will not stick just to the Resident Evil Village.
We're gonna go back.
Areas as well.
Because there are aspects in this game that give you kind of a closure. So we'll definitely talk about
towards the end what happens and everything.
The revelation.
So spoiler alert for everyone out there. And speaking about story in general, for me the arc was like, okay, what is this? So there is a protagonist, and he has a daughter, and that daughter is basically taken away from him for some reasons, and the whole mission is about trying to get back the family, the wife
in a nutshell,
and the daughter.
Yes.
That's the whole basic premises. Something is taken away from you, and you are fighting the shit out of you to get it back. That's the whole.
So that is the overall goal of the game. So that's where the game. That's what the game is asking you to do. That's the motivation you have right off the bat. And Ethan as a character, I like how Resident Evil has somehow morphed into this this mood where, because Capcom is known to produce iconic characters, right? Leon, Chris Redfield, Claire. We have so many characters, Dante, Virgil, these guys. Like Capcom has these legendary characters, and it suddenly decides to put you into the shoes as the protagonist, because you can see in the artwork as well, Ethan doesn't have a face. He has no face.
That's quite a feat, I would say. Like, I mean, if you think about it, creating an impactful character requires time. Like how Marvel does this best, right? They put out entire movies for one particular character just so that the build up happens, and then they put them all together. It's not like, okay, let's just mash up everyone in one go. So bringing this new guy, again, the reason why we love Village is also because I did play the RE7, so I had that build up, bringing on like, what is this guy out of nowhere? Like Resident Evil always had those funky and
why him?
Iconic action figures. Who the hell is this guy with some hoodie jacket and nothing to go for? Like he gets a call from someone, from his wife, and says like she's stuck somewhere, she's not responding. So he's gone after her in the 7th game, the Resident Evil 7. And that actually routine happens again in the RE8. So he's the guy who keeps losing people, and he has to go back.
He has to go
find them or
And
get
he
them
has
back.
like ginormous, like Lady Dimitri booby sized balls. So yeah, he
Oh,
goes
okay.
into.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
So he just jumps into whatever opportunity he gets. So
Yeah, I think that's more of a, that's the reason why they kept him black. I would say. I mean, the face is black because it's everyone's own opinion, like what they want to do, and I'm pretty sure all the nerds and guys are like all droozing on.
Yeah, 6 people watching. Thanks
Big,
for joining, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Big milky chick, whatever. But that makes you feel like, okay, I can be that person. I can feel and do what I
can really
do,
so this is basically me. This could happen to me. So you start reminiscing on that. So speaking of people losing, so Mia and Rose. So Mia is his wife from the 7 who he rescues, depending on what ending you choose. But they made it canon so that Mia survives, and then they have a baby. Chris has apparently relocated them to a safer location. It's been 3 years now. Rosemary is 6 months old, the newborn baby girl, and Chris enters and lights her up like Christmas tree.
Yeah. So I mean, he basically moves them after that Louisiana incident. He moves them to somewhere in Europe, like changes the continent entirely, places them in there, and apparently he also has trained them. He has
he has given Ethan military training, self-defense for Mia, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you kind of understand why Ethan is so proficient with the weapon, which I thought was nice touch. You know, like there is like this suspension of disbelief why a normal guy is able to reload gun with the magazine saving and then putting a new magazine. So yeah, I mean, so handling weapons is not that easy, right? You have actually done the firing thing.
I was just going to that point where holding a weapon itself, it's so complicated device to see. Okay, in movies they say like it's a flashlight, just point and shoot. Yeah, but it's not gonna work the way you want it to. The reloading factor, the safeties, the clocking mechanism, if anything gets jammed, what to do. There's so many ins and outs of it. The Western civilization has spoiled us all by making it look like, oh, it's a simple thing. But yeah, that's a nice touch. The military training part really helps.
It's one bit of dialogue, but it gives so much weight to the actions that they go ahead with. So I feel that was pretty good. So yeah, so we understand Ethan, Chris, Mia, these dynamics. So Chris,
but what you don't understand is basically what happens at the start. Like he just comes out, shoots Mia, and Ethan is just like drop dead. Like what's happening and why did you kill her and all not. But Chris tries not to say what's happening. And that's something that he gets beaten about at the end of the game, where some military guy tells him like, why did you not tell him? Why did you not explain that to him? Which, if you think about it, let's say, like this is complete spoiler now. If he had said that that's not Mia, wouldn't that have changed the game entirely? No, like okay, just take that bitch away and keep my.
Let's find Mia. Let's find Mia. No, because that would have been like Resident Evil 7 all over again. So we lost his wife again. Let's find his wife again. So I think that is why they decided that Chris never tells him, and also Chris tells him, right, you would have gotten involved, which he did regardless. But again, it would have been save the wife cliche, and maybe people would have been put off right from the beginning. So I understand where that was coming from. But yeah, so we have the stage set. We have the why, we have the where. Okay, then Ethan, the carriage that is carrying Rose and Ethan gets destroyed, and somehow we are in the woods, and that's where the story begins. That's where the journey to the village essentially begins. So so the village is populated by very interesting people, huh, Naky?
Oh yeah. Totally.
So yeah, there are of course the villagers, and they are worshipping.
To start it off, basically we are welcomed by a buckshot from a shotgun right on our face. That's how we introduced the first living person in that village. He's just like we pull out the curtain and bang, he shoots us. I don't know how the hell Ethan misses that, but that's hey.
Yeah, Ibrahim Khan, play the game, man. Yeah, I've already finished the game, so we are trying to just discuss and put out a review for the game. So yeah, let me just pull up Mercenaries and see if I can do some gameplay. So yeah, so the story basically revolves around Miranda and the 4 lords in the game. So that would be the Lady Dimitrescu. We have Benevento, whatever, however that's pronounced. Then we have Moreau and we have Heisenberg. So what do you think about these characters? Like let's start with the big booby mommy.
Yeah.
I just say mommy, vampire. So
The way we are introduced to all of these is basically we are trapped in a place where a lot of lycans are these wolfy monsters or zombies trying to eat us apart.
Trying to be cute, man.
And in that process, we learn that okay, this is not going to work out. We're going to die. Apparently, Miranda finds that interesting and thinks about like let's keep this guy alive. And the way she does that is through sending a.
So was it ki this was because Miranda knew he is a favorable vessel or something, or why did she let him live? Because he fucked them up. He fucked them up.
To make a purchase.
She realized that this guy has the potential to fight back when she saw probably saving those villagers, saving that lady, that this guy is not going to give up until he finds his daughter. And that motivation or that purpose with anyone is going to be like, okay, let's use that as a catalyst to get what I want, and that's being the vessel for the child or whatever she wants to have.
Looking forward to testing it out.
So she decides to like let's keep him alive. Let's see what this guy has got. And she basically brings him to the room where all of these guys are present. And this is where the RE like it just shows you what are gonna go up against. It's not gonna be a surprise for you. It gives you a snippet of what and who you are gonna face.
Yeah.
And I guess we start with the big monster. Dimitrescu. It took me time to figure out how to pronounce I was like,
yeah. Oh, dude. The entire internet was up in arms as to how to pronounce that thing.
Yeah. I don't think the entire internet was looking for what exactly he was. But yeah, I think.
So again, like coming back to Capcom creating iconic characters, that is another great example, right? How Lady Dimitrescu was.
They definitely made her iconic. They went so crazy with that.
So do you think Capcom was expecting her to become such a big thing? Because I, for one, was certain that she was the main antagonist of the game, and it never turned out like that.
The way I realized it is, Capcom is a Japanese company.
Yeah.
Those people have some stuff, and to be honest, it's quite acceptable of what they did. It's like it's still less, but 9 feet. Lady with a perfect figure and a thick shape and showing just enough to make all the guys drool. I think that's a bit.
That was a full-on bait, dude.
I don't remember any other iconic character as much as just in terms of the female.
Yeah, in terms of Resident Evil at all, like in general.
After that, I remember maybe Gloria from Resident Evil 4. She was quite. You know what I mean? So,
Gloria, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So basically story-wise, I think the daughters, how they came to be, how Alcina came to be, like there is so much lore put into the game. I think.
I think Ari.
That's actually commendable.
About like finding the portions of documents or some those laptop things where you see what's been happening, what discussions been going on, what's happening about. Like every RE game has had that, but you spend enough time to figure out like either just go shoot zombies is your thing that you won't understand, but you really deep dive and think about it. Like okay, there is some connection here. There's this lady, the Dimitrescu, is not just Dimitrescu because she is blessed with these things. There are some things that have happened with her that led for her to be like that.
It was kind of surprising how quickly Dimitrescu was taken out of the equation and suddenly were replaced with a new lord to face. So that was kind of surprising. This is he started this 2 weeks ago.
The way the way they even didn't spoil all these things is pretty hats off to Capcom, because nowadays any game you play or see, if you see few trailers, you get complete picture of like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. But with this, it was a surprise that okay, it's not just the Dimitrescu.
Because even the demos revolved around that, like everything was around that, and then surprisingly we find out he was just a pawn,
like tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. Which I thought was pretty good, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was good. And I think after finishing off the first person, then the hag, the lady, old hag, just explains you what this is all about.
A good
And
deal.
another
If I
big
say so
revelation is
myself.
that we find a piece of our daughter, and that's not what we expected.
Yeah.
And
So
I think the game teases you to look for these things, because if you look hard enough, like when you get it, you just search for this, you start getting a sense of like, what am I getting into? It's already out there, but as long as you see it or not.
but I think it was handled pretty well. Like the way we proceed to each lord, and the story progresses according to that. I think that was handled pretty well. The Benevento had her own arc and whole story. She was damaged in her own way, and Monroe was damaged in her own way. He had no respect in that group. Then Heisenberg had his own agenda within that. I think all that was handled pretty well, honestly. So
And the story was great in its own, the protagonist. The basics was pretty good, right? That you are going for something that you
and even now let's talking about Miranda. What do you think about the surprise ending? Like what the game led to? What do you think about that?
So, to be honest, after the Heisenberg incident or during the Heisenberg incident, when people that robot thing, things slowly started to get a little off beat for me, because being a RE fan, I am a person who knows how RE things are good, but when it got into those tanks and started, I love the part where you play as Chris and we are all like ready.
Oh yeah.
That gave me a Resident Evil 5 vibe, like
exactly.
all loaded.
That's what I thought.
And that felt really good. It felt like I've been prepared to do this, like
Resident Evil Call it, or maybe Call it Zombies.
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
So, I love that part. So once we defeat the Heisenberg and do the tank thingy, and the way Miranda basically kills us, that's something that's like pretty. I liked it that she didn't spend enough time doing bullshit.
Oh yeah, like talking, like the main antagonist talking before killing all the nonsense.
Yeah.
So straight to the point, got him done.
But there was no fight. I like that part. Like we didn't try to fight it, because there was no way to go fight it without knowing our powers or capabilities. Just went for the heart and bam, we're done. However, the Miranda part, the next part where we are alive and we explain that this is what's been happening to us. We are actually not.
So he actually died in 7. He basically died in 7 and then was brought back.
And the part where, okay, we now know that what's been happening, we are kind of zombie in some ways, which don't really need that healing much, but we can heal ourselves or something like that.
So basically you can regenerate a little faster.
Speaking of which, the Duke guy comes into play. If you
I like that. I really like that. Yeah.
If you remember the conversation where Chris has with one of its mates in Alpha Team is, they say that we saw that he's dead, but we could not recover his body.
Yeah.
Right? And later on,
so Duke picked it up. Oh.
Yeah, but the interesting thing here is we do realize that we are with Duke now. Apparently, when I look deep enough into the concept art, which you haven't right now, but if you look deep enough, Duke was supposed to be the last lord of Duke. Apparently, he's helping us make sure take other guys out,
so he can
that
control.
was a part of the lore in the beginning. Yeah. Basically, he's a better version of Moreau, that things went off, but now the insult has been so bad to him, he's figuring out ways to
Okay. I somehow feel he was also infected but left alone. Kind of like,
so
because
that was the previous lore, the concepts do show
no,
that,
because
but they did change
we even find documents where she's discussing about business with Duke and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it was supposed to be in the lore somehow, but then they decided to. But I like, at the end of this, I like that it's not just a mindless merchant kind of, like in Resident Evil 4 we have a whatever buying kind of thing. So
the only thing that the first question you asked me, like, what do you think about the Miranda thing? So everything led to that, and I was pretty happy along the ride. And the last thing that happens is we do kill Miranda with bullets and guns and whatnot ever. The only thing that stood out to me is what's changed this time. Only that he was aware that he was more. Why couldn't she just do those thingies and go behind him and snap his heart out? That's something that slightly stood away from me. Like this time.
Second time, why didn't she go for that? Is what I asked.
Yeah. And another thing, Chris was there to help us. He did shoot the Miranda and try to take the baby away and whatnot. And after that, it was just us. What was it that Chris was doing that he couldn't help us after? Maybe there was some other lichens and stuff missing with him, but Yeah, but second Miranda's thing was like, okay, they need to end this game or this curve now, so
Yeah.
that's okay. But otherwise, everything felt solid to me.
So yeah, so we almost spent like 20 minutes talking about the story, mostly because the story is pretty interesting, and in fact, even the reveal that Spencer actually met Miranda ages ago, and that is what inspired him to create the progenitor virus. And even
that
the
was like a mind blow for all of us, right?
Like, what a revelation, dude! I was so fucking impressed. Like there are some like they are like putting some concepts under the rug, like those things are now not canon now. Mostly, if you go back and do research, that's not how it would have happened. That's not how it can happen. But fuck that, dude. I like how they are tying it all together. The revelation was awesome. Spencer was inspired by Miranda, and then he created virus because Miranda was only trying to resurrect one person. She was only trying to resurrect her daughter. But Spencer had like bigger plans, and he had decided to like just enhance the humanity in total. So virus was the best thing because we are facing the COVID situation now, right? It is basically a virus that is fucking us over. So I like how all that was tied into this game. What did you think of that then?
Yeah, it was pretty much like perfectly tied in the end part where you learned about previous Ari thing. Oh, VK, this guy Ragdab is saying that my voice is lost because of the. I turned down the SFX of that.
Yeah. I did. I already turned it down.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, it tied up pretty well in the end, and giving that nudge to the Ari fans was like, okay.
Like the aha moment that you were looking for, like because it still felt like a standalone story. Only Chris is the part of this.
And we got it through Kiss, right?
Yeah,
we got it through playing by Chris, so that was also a good homage. Like, okay.
So the OG guys, getting the revelation of the OG stuff. So that was pretty good. Yeah, I like it.
By the way, if you look at the concepts as well, you'll find the Ada Wong part of this as well.
Yeah. I was going to ask about that. So Ada was supposed to be the one who saved him instead of Duke, I guess. That's what the concept was, right?
And the costume she has is actually a similar costume to what Jill wore in RE5, the crow face. If you remember that.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. I first thought it could be Jill, but maybe they didn't tie up that yeah.
Oh yeah, Chris is always accompanied by Jill, right, for the most part.
Or if you remember the alpha team they had, there was a lady in that as well.
I checked the name because the name don't match up. There's no mention of Jill or anything.
But it's not.
But
her.
it could be Cold War.
Maybe Sheva for some reason. Like, maybe her accent was.
Dude, I never thought of that.
Yeah. Because he had to take her under, right? He must have taken her under after that boulder hitting thing.
Or maybe let's punch the boulder. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. I like how Chris is a total badass dude. Okay, anyway, so the game design. What do you think about the overall game design? I think you have the chart that we discussed.
The FPS thing. We started with that FPS, right? RE goes back to the first-person shooter after RE7.
Yeah.
I think
thought that was pretty bold.
After RE7?
No, after RE6.
RE2 and RE3, right?
No, after RE, what do you call this? RE6, right? They went on a completely different action movie kind of direction. Yeah. So I feel
the RE7 after that, RE2 and RE3 came out, right? After that.
The remakes, yeah.
Remakes, right. But yeah, I think going by chronology, RE7 and RE8 are the latest in line. So they moved to first-person shooter, and I must say that first-person.
No, I think it works because I like how because it's not like first-person. They did first-person and they just left it like that because they did go back to the normal traditional RE, right, with the remakes. So it's not like they completely abandoned that, but they are kind of going with some goal here, you know what I'm saying? See, this is what we are doing for this franchise now, and mostly focusing. It's not like
I think
the old dog lost forgot his tricks kind of.
Yeah, even the mechanics of the game where you're playing as a gun, it's not like what do you say, World War or like Modern Warfare thing where you aim down and you have some iron sights to help you. It's still blurry. he's still good, but staying down doesn't really help you. But
it gives a little zoom in kind of effect.
Like Counter Strike 1.2 version, I guess. But yeah, it still shows you like, okay, you're not the perfect person out there to do this shooting thing, but yes, you still can handle your own, which is nice. And the fact that they don't allow you to change FOVs is like pretty like they force you to go through this hell of a village that they have created. You have no other option because it puts you right into that into the speed, like what I'm seeing and what you're seeing.
And yeah, the FOV keeping it so low was insane, dude. Like because
we need a widescreen monitor,
especially
peripheral vision.
Especially talking about the big doll elephant in the room, the Benevento level. That was like that, I like the design
of the benchmark.
Yeah, the scariness benchmark.
And they made a very good way of like combining all the urban legends and the lore that we've been seeing since childhood with Ring. Hints of Ring or Annabelle or
so that particular level was a combination of all the horror tropes and just matching it together into that monstrosity that we experienced then.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it. It's like basically mashing up every horror possible thing that you can think of and using ways to explore it, and they're putting you to do it. Like it's you who's getting into those messy things.
Yo, 8 people watching, thank you guys. Make sure dropping a like. I know this is not the traditional stream. We will get back to the gameplay bit, but right now we are looking to get a closure on the Resident Evil because we've been so fascinated by this game, and it's truly amazing.
Speaking of fascination, there's one thing that's also standing out is the puzzles part. What do you think about the puzzles in this version of Resident Evil?
It's not so much as the puzzles. Like the puzzles are very easy, like shoot this, go there, do that, put this, put that. Like it's fine, but I like the part where you are needing to complete items. Like most of the treasures can be combined. The one key that is leading you to all these lords has to be combined with something. So I feel that aspect give me some essence of Resident Evil. But compared to the OG Resident Evil 2, Code Veronica, not even Resident Evil 3, Code Veronica, Resident Evil 2, these are the high points. Those puzzles were freaking insane, dude. There was an item you got in Code Veronica in the first disc at the beginning of the game, which you use it in the disc 2 near the end of the game. That to me like talks on a personal level, because when you have something that comes or fulfills its purpose later in the game, that is just awesome, dude. Honestly, I like how the games did that, and you wondered at the entire playthrough, what is this? Where is this going? Where is this gonna be used? And the aha moment that you get after. So that kind of felt left out, but I can understand the direction they are going, because Ethan has an agenda that is different from what these guys had. These guys mostly had escape karo, get this sample, get that
infiltrate
thing.
And all these things. They had much more higher agenda. These guys are pretty low on that.
So they don't have something on an urgency, right? कि ऐसा नहीं कि world is getting destroyed or you have to get this तभी बचेगा ना. So that aspect
this
was
is where
different.
the part where the people who want to play it as a Resident Evil game only, or just want to, let's say if you don't even use the word Resident Evil in this game and play it like an independent thing, you wouldn't even be bothered by this. Like a thing that you need to do to get
because
to the next
because
point,
it didn't bother me as much. Okay, I had a few chuckles telling कि ये कैसा, that was there, but it did not pull me off the game, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, totally. So
it's fine.
And
fine.
Even the playstyle for all the lords is slightly different. Like how you treat Dimitrescu is about like going through the castles and making sure you're conserving ammo wherever possible and trying to shoot the monsters to get stuff. While in Dollhouse, your weapons are
stripped out of weapon. Yeah. So it's basically putting it into different genres. Like the first bit is Resident Evil 2 Remnants. The tyrant is following you constantly, so it gave that feeling. And there are monsters like lickers, the daughters were following you. Then the Dollhouse has you like escape the room kind of. It gives you Outlast or Amnesia kind of feel, those kind of games. Then we enter to Morose, where we are trying to
about like
go to point A
just
to
making
point B.
sure that point A to B,
Yeah,
exactly. That's what
point
it
A
is.
to point B, then we fight the boss.
Yeah.
So again, like traditional horror game trope. Then this Heisenberg thing had like where the fuck do we go kind
Everything.
of. No, where the
It's
fuck do
like
we go kind
whatever
of.
you upgraded, everything so far you've made yourself learn into, you're used up. Like
Yeah,
all
now
those
now
monsters
now
require so
now
much
that is
weapons.
coming to. You must be like, Lycans, I can easily shoot that killable, fine. When you get to the Heisenberg bit, that's where your proficiency comes into use. That's where you start to learn to aim. There's only one spot where you can hit the enemy to get him down. So those kind of stuff I felt, and even there are mini bosses within those levels. Like Heisenberg had the rotor thing, and like those kind of things also elevated the overall playstyle. Thoroughly enjoyed the game design. I think it fits perfectly, and it gives you a lot of variety in the game. And the village playing as the hub to everything, and how different part unlocks as you explore. So
speaking of variety,
that was done
also the
well.
weapon part as well. Like you start with a simple weapon that a villager passes on to you, and then you come across a shotgun, and I feel like that's the best shotgun to feel like you got like pump action, and that's the way to go for, right? And you get that, and that's where the whole game begins. You got a nice pistol, you got a knife you just picked off of somewhere, and a pump action shotgun.
Yeah, apparently you can miss shotgun bullets to Naky, so that's.
Oh yeah, totally. I think VK here just showed us how to do that. I didn't know. Apparently, even Dragda didn't know that could happen.
I feel
I don't
even
think Capcom knew that could happen.
No, when the developer will watch it, I know that will never happen. But if they watch it, they'll be like, "Fuck this! What is this? Who didn't test this? Tell me. Nobody told us you can miss shotgun point blank."
So VK here could have been like a good in some other parallel universe. I'm pretty sure he's a game tester somewhere.
Game testing
these bugs.
manager head or something.
Yeah,
Do you know you can miss shotgun? Lesson number one.
A hint of that can be seen in one of his playthroughs. If you are curious enough what I'm talking about, just go find it.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I think it will be in the compilation that is coming up.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
So there are compilations coming, right, guys? There are two up already. I'm working on the third one right now, so that will be up as well.
And this also nudges out the nice touch of Resident Evil, where you go through the levels and you start exploring and you find these weapons lying somewhere, and that's really a nice way of looking at, okay, something happened here, there's some sort of story, or someone did use a rifle. Sometimes it feels lame that why would a sniper rifle be in a castle, but then I think about it, okay, there are people infiltrating, trying to figure things out, the alpha team. Maybe someone did come here, maybe someone did die, maybe someone is actually in part of that barrel who is stuck inside, the hands coming out of the barrels, they're dead. So something may have happened, and that's a nice touch. So we get a lot of variety of weapons in this, including SMG, which is not that great.
Especially when we get to the Chris bit. Oh man, shit gets real at that point.
Chris is like, he has
fucking Call of Duty zombie shit. Yeah, I know, dude. This is basically a podcast kind of thing because we already finished the game. All the gameplay is on my channel. It's on a separate curated playlist, so you can go check it out. Honestly, I know you came in here expecting something else because you just subscribed today. It's fine. I had to get this out, so the gameplay is right there. The compilations are right there, so go check that out. You won't be disappointed. But if you're staying here listening to us discuss, you can also chip in your ideas if you played the game, what you thought of the game, and we can even talk about that. So don't worry about that. I appreciate whatever support.
Another interesting thing about this is the health part. I don't really remember what happened in RE7, but in this you need a couple of items to make sure you heal. Previous REs were like, okay, use a herb and it will heal you a little bit, and you combine with something, it will heal you completely. But in this case, that wasn't the thing. You had to have natural herb and a chemical to mix them together, and only then can you heal yourself.
Yeah, so I think this is a nice segue to the gameplay bit of the game. So speaking of that, crafting I felt was a little undercooked. I think it would have spent a little more time in the oven because I kind of felt really underwhelmed. I thought it was kind of a chore. I have the items, why can't I just use them? Why do I have to sit and craft? Even crafting the ammo, I finished the game and I realized by the end that you need a chem fluid to make shotgun shell. So so that's bad on a gameplay level. I feel like crafting not very thought out.
It's not that great. I mean, you got so many different items. I didn't even know that what item goes with what. You have to learn recipes. Okay, learning recipes is fine, but again, that crafting part, it's okay. It's fine. I mean, the classic RE things was pretty straightforward.
They could have done away with it, is what I feel. Like, if you want to really integrate, then do it like how Last of Us did it. Like, it's kind of essential because that is also survival game, right?
I didn't know that this thing had eyes to it. The fuck? That's creepy as hell.
Yeah. Even the story had eyes, dude. What the fuck?
No, this thing, Demeter's thing, I was looking at the body.
This is not Demeter, this is Maro.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, Maro. Then yeah, I didn't see that. Oh yeah, Maro, this Demeter's is the bat thing, right?